I'm here to show you how you can make your own whole wheat bread start to finish in 90 minutes, and it's delicious. I don't buy bread anymore. I'd rather spend my money on spatulas. I got some new ones. All right, this is a simple recipe. Let me show you how I do it. It's 2 cups of whole wheat flour into a big mixing bowl. Now, this is not whole wheat pastry flour, it's whole wheat flour. That's what you need. A 1/2 cup of bread flour or all-purpose flour, they both work well. Putting in 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 of these packets of yeast. Now, I'm using rapid rise instant yeast, but the regular active yeast is the same. I've made this bread with both yeasts, no difference. It's 1 packet, which is 2 teaspoons or 7 grams of yeast. All right, so we're going to mix that up a little bit. Just combine it. Okay, and now we'll just keep going with the mixer. We're going to add 1 cup of milk. This is heated up milk, and I'm using 1% milk, but you can use whatever, full fat or 2%, whatever. This is the warm milk, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we're going to add 1 egg, which should be at room temperature. Putting an egg in there. And then I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using olive oil, just regular olive oil. Any kind of oil you want to use is okay. So, there's the oil. Now, we're going to mix this on high, beat it on high for 2 minutes. And by the way, if you don't have a mixer, you can do this by hand or with a hand mixer. But 2 minutes on high or medium high. Give it a pretty good spin here. Okay, after 2 minutes, we're going to add just around a 1/4 cup of additional flour. I'm going to use additional bread flour, or like I said, all-purpose flour. We'll slow it down. There we go. And just mix it in until it starts to kind of form kind of a mass. All right, now that's it for the mixing. And now we're going to transfer this to a work surface. I have a sort of a board here to work on. Flour it just a little. And now we're going to put this onto a place where we can knead it. All right, I'm using one of my new spatulas. All right, so it's going to be, you have to use something to get it off. And again, if you don't have an electric mixer, you can mix it. I don't know if a hand mixer will be strong enough. If you don't, you can try a hand mixer, or you can mix it by hand. You'll just have to knead it longer. The whole thing about this 2 minutes with the mixer is it reduces a lot of the kneading time. Okay, here it comes. All right, that's about what it should be like. Nice kind of a thick bit of dough. And now we're going to knead it. And I know they have these kneading paddles on this thing. They don't work for me, so I'm not doing it. And you can't make me. I'm going to do it by hand. All right. So a little bit of flour. And the thing is about the kneading, it's only 50 turns because we did it with the mixer. So 50 turns. 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you did it by hand, you'll have to knead longer. Maybe 100, 150 turns. I've lost my count. I think that's about 10, 11, 12. See, after like 10 or 12 kneadings, look how like smooth it is already. It doesn't take much. This is like not even a minute of kneading. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking and start counting. 14, 15, 16, 48, 49, 50. All right. After 50 turns, it should be kind of nice and smooth and like that. Oh, gotta spank that dough. Who's your daddy? All right. Now at this point, you just leave it there and you're going to cover it and let it rest for 10 minutes. And then we're going to shape the dough. It's only 1 rise. This is just a 10-minute rest. So cover it up, and I'll see you in 10. So all that's left to do now is to shape the dough. And here it is. Look at that. How pretty. All right. So now you don't want to use too much flour, as little as you can get by with. And so what I'd like to do is just kind of, what I used to do is I used to like roll it with a rolling pin into like a long thing and this kind of roll it up. But all you have to do really just kind of pat it out a little bit like that and just kind of roll it up, you know. That's it. Look at that. That's it. The bottom goes down there. You tuck in the ends and it's ready for the pan. I'm using like a standard 9x5 loaf pan, but this one, the bottom, just in case you're curious, is just about 4 inches across on the bottom. That's the size of pan I'm using.